Welcome back to Sunrise AD. Dr. Paul Ananaba, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, joins us now to give his perspective on what he's seen. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you, my brother.
Well, we heard from two people about some of these cases, how they've gone, given the hype that they generated before now. Were you in any way surprised when those judgments went that way?
No, I wasn't surprised. I had said that often in this program. When you are prosecuting a case, mostly criminal cases, the Constitution, the Administration of Criminal Justice Act, and all that provides for what you should comply with. So criminal cases are not prosecuted and won based on sentiments and speculations. So I had often said it here. You don't prosecute cases and win them just because we want to fight corruption. That's not enough. You must start with investigation. Complaint. What is the complaint? What is the investigation? And then who is prosecuting? What are you prosecuting? Now, the last two, investigation and prosecution, I've always said here, must be done about the same time, the same team. Now, when it is not when you get to court, you begin to practice like a drowning man, trying to look for what to now use.
Is that what the case is now?
The last on Justice Ademola was lost on no case submission. It's just like preliminary. At the early stage, you finish all evidence, and they are not enough to ask the man to even say anything. That's what it means. So it means that the prosecution did not satisfy the court.
But why were you not surprised? Did you think that they were not going to do a thorough job? Because they said
no, because you could see,
yeah,
you could see that from the point I have made, when there are allegations against, let's take the last case, Justice Ademola. From that point, from the point you will make up your mind to go and search or arrest or go after the man, in-house, a legal team that will prosecute, and the investigators must have come together to look for what to look for and what to present. Now, by the time the operation is carried out, a review is also done again to be sure that what will be expected in the court. There could even be mock trials to be sure that all loopholes are plugged, and then you are in court.
So the problem you see here is the continuity of the prosecuting team.
That's my understanding, my perspective. My perspective here is that an anti-corruption case shouldn't be lost at no case submission stage, because before the man is arraigned or the woman is arraigned, there should be enough evidence. If it has been lost at the end of the case, then you can understand that perhaps the charges were not finally substantiated. But at the preliminary stage of no case submission and the case is lost, it shows that more work needed to have been done.
What impact has this kind of scenario presented to the judiciary and against the prosecution?
Well, the judiciary is there to do their work. The judiciary doesn't perform well only when it convicts. A governor in the Northeast was convicted, Nigilari. That was correct. Good job would have been done. If good job was not done, then and there is no conviction, it doesn't then mean that the judiciary is not working.
But do you think, because looking at the visuals of how they were arrested and how they also went to, there you go, the DSS at that time, could it be that they still have a lot up their sleeves and that we shouldn't be hasty in coming to that conclusion that, they may have had a no case submission, but upon appeal, they may just nick it?
Well, I am not going to sit on appeal over that matter. we are looking at judgment you have now. And the judgment you have now is what you can discuss. Talking about what will happen on appeal is speculative, and I'm not going to go into that speculation. What is being said is, as of today, there was a no-case submission, and it was upheld.
No, but before this no-case submission, you said that you were not surprised that they were not going to get anything.
I won't be surprised, because I need to see that, every one of us need to see that thorough investigation is done, coordination of prosecution and investigation is done.
Yeah, but why did you think they were not going to do a thorough investigation?
Because the judge has pronounced on the evidence you have and the case you presented.
No, but you didn't know this before the pronouncement.
Not just this. I go to court every day. I'm a practitioner.
Okay.
Many of these cases, as we speak, we won't start from magistrate courts. Many of them are lost every day. They are not reported by the press. You report only the big ones.
That's below the belt now. But Magba's got a question. Go ahead.
Tell us what.
Yes.
Tell us what will happen when this case eventually goes to the appeal court. Will the prosecution be allowed to bring in new evidence, or will they have to deal with what has been submitted at the lower court?
Appeal is rehearing. In the appeal court, you are not beginning a fresh trial. But if there is an evidence or some evidence that was not available as at the trial court period, there are rules and conditions in the Court of Appeal where they can receive such additional evidence. But basically, what the Court of Appeal is going to look at is, was the judge at the trial court right or wrong?
So you have said you're not going to speculate on how that matter is going to proceed. But from what you've seen so far, you say that you're not surprised about the judgment of the lower court. Doesn't that already give an indication of what could happen at the higher court?
Well, like I said, it's a rehearing. Is it because it's called a lower court? That lower court judge, many high court judgments in Nigeria are very sound judgments. And before a case is dismissed at no case submission stage, what it means is that all that has been put before the court is not enough for you to ask the accused or the defendant in some cases to enter into a defense. That's what it is. Now, if I would have had a different opinion if it was actually at the end of the trial, full trial, and then the final full judgment, and then you say, okay, well, we could look at it. I can say, oh, okay, the Court of Appeal could look at this. But if it is at the preliminary, just like saying, I am here, and you are saying that this happened, and the judge looks at it. What you came to say is that I was wearing a brown suit. Evidence, even when I'm wearing a black suit, then evidence before the court is that I'm wearing a brown suit. Now the court looks at it and says, well, the man in the picture, in the photograph you tendered, is wearing a black suit. So there is no case against him. Because I'm not going to convict a man in white suit when the man who actually got to the studio was wearing a black suit. That's the kind of scenario. So you say, no, I don't agree, I'm going to the Court of Appeal. Well, I wouldn't decide for the Court of Appeal. Maybe there'll be evidence to show that the color of the suit may have changed.
I want to believe that... okay, she's got one question.